Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the divisional round of the playoffs, where I told myself I was going to upload these videos in times, but I didn't. So we're here, but it's still coming out. And starting off with the Rams versus the Packers, a game I don't think really too many people had predicted would happen, except for me. I got it right, but yeah, no, I'll stop boasting about how I got that. Anyway. Yeah, we have the Rams versus the Packers, which should be a very good matchup. The Rams bring a lot of defense, the Packers bring a lot of offense, and combined, it should work out pretty perfectly. For those of you who have not seen any of my past videos, how this works is I basically explain my train of thought. It is a coherent train of thought, not always, but it is my train of thought. So yeah. So I've broken it down into four categories. We have why the Rams will win, why the Packers will win, why the Rams will lose, and why the Packers will lose. Well, then my prediction, so five. But my train of thought into four. So yeah, so I think we can go ahead and start off right away with why I think the Rams will win. Starts off with the best player, Aaron Donald. He had 2 sacks versus Russell Wilson. He had 13 and a half in the regular season. Sacks for a defensive tackle is just absurd. He had 71 QB pressures, which was tied for first in the league. He had a 13.9% pressure rate, first. He is the only interior defensive lineman in the top 10 in pressures, in which he is second, with 79 pressures. Aaron Donald is absolutely insane. Maybe the best player in football. So he's at least the top 3. He's top 3 player in football, no matter how you dice it up. And if he's not, then you're wrong. I don't like to call people wrong for their opinions most of the time. He is a top, I think top 2 player in football at worst. But that's just me. Aaron Donald is an absolute beast. The next reason, I think let's go ahead and stick with the defense. We go with Jalen Ramsey, maybe the best cornerback in the game. That's up for much more debate. But his numbers look pretty dang good. So these are 10 games, I think, against pretty good receivers, with the worst ones either being Terry McLaurin, Mari Cooper. Those are the worst receivers on here, with the best being DeAndre Hopkins, Stephon Diggs. These are Ramsey's numbers. Okay. He only gave up 5+ catches once, and that was in the first game of the year against Amari Cooper, where he only got 57 yards. And this is while Ramsey's guarding him, and he got no touchdowns. The only touchdown he has given up is against these star receivers was against Stephon Diggs, where he caught 1 pass for 4 yards and a touchdown. Terry McLaurin and DK Metcalf, while being guarded by Jalen Ramsey, caught nothing. I don't know exactly what the first. So when Los Angeles played Washington, and the first time Seattle played is when DK caught nothing. The second time he had 1 catch for 11 yards and no touchdowns, and then in the wild card while being guarded by Jalen, 3 catches, 33 yards, no touchdowns. Well, what about DeAndre Hopkins? He had a combined in his 2 games 5 catches, 48 yards. This man is insane. Jalen Ramsey might be the best cornerback in the game. It might be. I don't know for sure. It is very close, but those numbers against star receivers are absolutely insane, and you best believe he's going up against a star receiver today. Next, staying on the defense, Leonard Floyd. He has had 5 sacks in the last 3 games. We talk about Aaron Donald's pressures. Leonard Floyd, last 2 games against Seattle, 5 sacks. Can be absolutely dominant at times, hence why he's in this section. And we do got to talk a little bit about their offense, even though it is the weaker of the 2. Cam Akers is the one I want to talk about in his playoff debut. 28 attempts, 131 yards for a 4.7 average and 1 touchdown. Great numbers from the rookie in his playoff debut. Very good numbers. Will be a key reason for why they win. Whether it is focused through Akers or it is a balanced attack where Akers is there as a play action piece. However they want to do it, Akers will be a key part in their win. Let's talk about the Packers, though. Why will they win? Well, it's fairly simple. It's their offense. Nothing against their defense. Their defense is not bad. But their offense is elite. Aaron Rodgers had his second highest career completion percentage. And I'm going to always compare it to his career because there's only one other quarterback that I can really compare him to in the NFL, and that's Patrick Mahomes. That's the only quarterback that I can feel like I can compare Aaron Rodgers to. So these numbers are all in his career. It's his second highest career completion percentage with 70.72. Sixth best year in yards with 4,299. His fifth best in average with 8.2. His highest touchdowns recorded. His third lowest interceptions with 5. And this is the least amount of times he's gotten sacked in a year, which is a huge credit to his offensive line. They're the third best O-line ranked and have only allowed 21 sacks allowed, which is tied for the second best in the Indianapolis Colts in the league. Those are absolutely two reasons Aaron Rodgers and his offensive line. We'll get to Bakhtiari in a little bit, but those two, even without Bakhtiari, are absolutely two reasons why the Packers will win. Well, Aaron Rodgers needs someone to throw to, despite what the Packers management says, and he has a star, Devante Adams. This was his best year in receptions with 115. That was second best in the league. His second highest in yards with 1,374. That was sixth best in the league. He was tied for third in his career with average of 12 yards per catch. And he was first, not only in his career, in the league in touchdowns while missing games. Devante Adams is insane. He is elite. He might be the best receiver in the game. Again, a very close debate with Devante, Julio, DeAndre, or not DeAndre. What the heck am I? Who the heck is DeAndre? Oh, wait. I'm an idiot. DeAndre Hopkins. Holy cow. I am sorry. I'm an absolute idiot. But yeah, the best receiver, very close. It's all very close. There's Michael Thomas in there too. Very close race. Devante Adams absolutely deserves to have his name in the conversation. Stephon Diggs, someone I forgot to mention, leading in yards and receptions. But one final piece of this offense, which gets overlooked, and it's no fault of his own, is Aaron Jones. He will more than likely be on the move. Not that the Packers want to get rid of him, but they just don't. They just can't bring him back. Like they just don't have the money. But Aaron Jones had his career best in yards with 1,104. That is fourth best in the league. He was his second highest in attempts in his career with 201, which was 10th best in the league. This was tied for his first in average with 5.5 yards per carry. And this was his second highest in his career with 9 touchdowns, which put him at 11th in the league. Not great, but Aaron Rodgers was scoring most of the touchdowns. So yeah, those are the 4 reasons why the Packers will win. Aaron Rodgers, Adams, Jones, and their offensive line. Absolutely insane. So moving on, why will the Rams lose? Well, Jared Goff versus Seattle. He hasn't played great. And the last 2 games were against Seattle. In Week 16, because they played the Cardinals in Week 17. In Week 16, he threw for 234 yards, not bad, but had a 55.8% completion percentage, no touchdowns, and 1 interception. Week 16 versus Seattle. In the wild card, he had 156 yards, 47.4% completion percentage, and 1 touchdown. Those are atrocious numbers. They're not horrible. I'd love to have those numbers in the NFL. Those are not good enough numbers. I just put it like those aren't good enough if you want to win this game. And also, Jared Goff may be the reason for it. He's battling a thumb injury. But yeah, Jared Goff will be a reason why the Rams will lose. Could be a reason why they win. But I'm thinking more than likely he's going to be a reason why they lose. Second is their play action, not on offense, but on defense. Their defensive play action. Their defense is 24th when it comes to QBR. Like when an offensive team runs a play action, that quarterback has a very high QBR, and that So their defense is bad against play action. 24th in QBR, 22nd in yards per attempt, and 32nd in average yards of separation on play action. Well, it's not good. It's horrendous when you consider who they're playing. Well, it's horrendous anyway, especially for a playoff team with such a good defense. That just shows you how good the rest of the defense is. Anyway, the man they're playing, Aaron Rodgers, in play when the Packers run play action, Aaron Rodgers first in QBR, first in completion percentage, first in touchdowns. So pretty much he's pretty good, especially in play action. Another reason why I think the Rams will lose is it's not as big of a reason, but Cam Akers is a rookie. Okay, yes, he had an amazing game versus Seattle. That was one game though, and I'm worried about how the LA Rams could possibly overreact to that. While Cam Akers is a very good running back, very, very good running back, I have recently seen a certain team near Nashville rely too much on a running back, and that didn't end up working too well. Because they had reason to believe in that running back, as the Rams do have reason to believe in Akers. But he's a rookie. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how he play. We don't know a lot about Cam Akers. So he could be a reason why the Rams will lose. But the second biggest reason I'm going to say is Aaron Donald. Well, why would Aaron Donald, who you said might be the second best player in football, at the worst, why is he on why the Rams will lose? Because he's injured, as I'm sure most of you know. He has a rib injury, so I don't. What I think the options are for Donald, the options for Donald, at least what's going through his head, is either I'm playing or I'm not, and if he is playing, he's going to be good. He's going to be as good as if he was healthy. And if he's not playing, then it's bad. That is bad. It's bad news for the Rams. It's bad news for everyone, for any football fan. If Aaron Donald, actually, it's not bad for anyone because it doesn't seem too bad. Anyway, I feel fairly confident he's going to play, but I don't know for sure. Like, this injury to me is a question mark. But yeah, he could be a reason why the Rams will lose. If he doesn't play, they're done. It's as simple as that. Speaking of somebody else that's not playing and why the Packers will lose is David Bakhtiari. An amazing left tackle, probably, maybe, I don't know, the best left tackle in the game. Maybe, I don't know for sure. But yeah, he's out with an injury, as I think most of you would know. If you're watching this, you probably know football. You probably know football news. So, yeah, Bakhtiari's out. Huge loss for the Packers O-line, who I did just talk about was one of the best O-lines in football. Will miss their best piece in Bakhtiari. But the rest of it's very good. But it is all dependent on who will step in for Bakhtiari, whether he can protect Rodgers' blind side, whether they move the right tackle over. I don't know what they're going to do, but they need to keep Rodgers protected. They've tried it where Rodgers isn't protected. That don't work too well. But yeah, if Rodgers isn't protected, their chances of winning go down. Because, I mean, if you take a sack, that's bringing you backwards, and it gets harder to go forward because teams are in pass coverage, so it's hard to get bigger games. So, yeah, so taking sacks is not what the Packers can afford, especially against this team. So, yeah, Bakhtiari will be a huge reason if the Packers were to lose. Another one is the Ramsey Adams matchup. I talked about Ramsey earlier. An amazing quarterback, maybe, probably, I don't know, the best one in the game. Okay, don't know. It's up to your opinion. But, yeah, Ramsey will be a reason why the Packers lose. Next one is, I don't know if any of the receivers can step up. Tanyan probably was a Pro Bowl snub. Scantling has been there. And it's no diss these wide receivers. These receivers are very good players. They're good players, but they're not Devante Adams level. They're on most teams they would not be a second option unless on the Patriots then you're the first option. But yeah, these other receiving threats need to step up. And if they don't, the Packers will struggle. They will have to rely heavily on Aaron Jones, which isn't always great. I'm sorry, Aaron, but against this good of a defense, even though their strength isn't necessarily in the rushing game, if they can focus more on the run game because they know Adams is locked up, they can shut down Tanyan and Scantling. It's about the only other option they have is Jones. So you focus a bit more on that. It makes it easier for the Rams. But yeah, the last reason for I think the Packers will lose is they weren't great against short passes. Granted, no team really is, but see, the Packers, they're pretty good. So I just needed just any other reason to put on here. So that's why this is here. But yeah, 68.3% against short passes, and Goff's one touchdown versus Seattle came against short pass. So it's a 68.3% chance Goff completes a pass for. Wait, that's not how math works. Anyway, my prediction. I'm just the Packers are gonna win. In the Rams-Seahawks game, I had a feeling the Rams could win. This one, I don't got that feeling. I really don't. There's a little bit of me that says, well, if they get the same amount of pressure and Ramsey just shuts up Adams, then yes, they could. And they can. It would take a near perfect game to do that, but it can happen. But I'm thinking Packers 35, Rams 24. That is my prediction for this game. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe if you want more of this content. I will produce more differenter content. If you don't like this stuff, my camera's bad. But yeah, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios.